Just imagine, Yankees fan. Two hot stories are heating up and could change the course of the team. An electrifying race for most prestigious award in the American League, and a behind-the-scenes deal that promises to shake both the present and the future of the franchise. That's exactly what we're going to talk about today. So make sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell, because this analysis is for those who live and breathe baseball and want to stay on top of every detail in the Bronx. News 1. The streets of New York and Seattle are filled with anticipation. With just over a week left in the MLB regular season, the big question is no longer just who will make the playoffs. The subject dominating conversation, analysis, and debate, despite still playing at a high level, who will deserve the American League MVP award in 2025? On one side, Aaron Judge, captain of the New York Yankees, already a two-time MVP winner, and considered by many the best hitter in modern baseball. On the other, Cal Raleigh, catcher of the Seattle Mariners, who this year has reached offensive and defensive numbers that could completely change the way we view the position. This is more than a battle of stats. It's a duel of styles, roles, and meanings within the game. According to Mark Feinsand of MLB.com, in a poll with 14 league executives, 7 would vote for Raleigh, 6 for Judge, and 1 said he was completely torn. It's rare to see such a balanced MVP race this late in the season, and every argument seems to open a new perspective on what truly defines a most valuable player. One American League executive summed up the dilemma well. If Judge had kept up that Barry Bonds pace at the start of the year, maybe it would be different. But as it stands, I bet on the monster year from the guy playing the toughest position on the field. Raleigh, after all, isn't just a hitter. He's a catcher who commands the entire team defensively, makes adjustments in real time, and still found the strength to break historic records at the plate. But before weighing that positional impact, we need to look at Judge's numbers. He leads the league in batting average with .328, is also number 1 in on-base percentage at .453, and in slugging at .676. On top of that, he has 48 home runs and 104 RBIs, staggering numbers even after missing 7 games with an elbow flexor strain. His OPS, above 1.100, places this season among the greatest in recent history. No wonder executives say that if you take Judge out of the Yankees, the impact is devastating. The lineup loses depth, intimidation, and consistency. He truly is the offensive heartbeat of the team. On the other side, Cal Raleigh. The Mariners catcher not only leads the league with 56 home runs, but he also set a new historic record. No other catcher, nor even a switch hitter, had ever gone this far. His OPS is .944, nearly 200 points below Judge's, but his impact goes far beyond offense. Raleigh won the Platinum Glove in 2024, and this year posted 10.1 framing runs, according to Fangraphs, plus a +6 fielding value on StatCast. He's not just a power bat, but also an elite defender, a cornerstone for the pitching staff, and a quiet leader in Seattle. That's where the comparison becomes even more complex. Judge is comparable to Kevin Durant in basketball, a player who single-handedly changes both offensive and defensive strategies for opponents. Raleigh is more like Nikola Jokic, who from the center of the game can influence absolutely every aspect, from defense to offense, while still delivering elite numbers. Judge, at 33, is already a baseball legend. Yankees captain, the face of the franchise, a symbol of an era. Raleigh, at 28 and still under team control of the Mariners, represents the future. He shows that the catcher position, historically weighed down by defensive duties, can indeed deliver offensive power comparable to any elite slugger. Executives are also split on who is more irreplaceable. For many, Judge is the absolute foundation of the Yankees. Without him, New York loses its identity. Raleigh, while central to Mariners, might have his absence felt in a slightly more diluted way simply because Seattle boasts a strong rotation and a balanced lineup. But that view isn't unanimous. One executive highlighted that the competitive edge of a catcher producing at this elite level is massive, and that Raleigh may well be the best active defender at the position. Here's where the speculation begins. If Raleigh were a first baseman with those same 56 home runs, would we even be debating this so intensely? Probably not. He'd be the outright favorite. The weight of the catcher position makes the feat even more remarkable. But at the same time, if Judge had played the 7 games he missed, might he have already surpassed 56 homers? That's possible too. What no one disputes is that both deliver historic seasons. Judge, with his discipline at the plate and absurd consistency, evokes the golden years of Barry Bonds, but with charisma that instantly connects with fans. Raleigh, on the other hand, carries Mike Piazza's offensive DNA, combined with the defensive intelligence and leadership of a Yadier Molina. It's as if the position has found a new paradigm. If Judge wins the award, he further cements himself as the greatest Yankees hitter since Babe Ruth. He fully enters a debate among the greatest of all time and carries the narrative of a captain who kept the franchise alive through ups and downs. If Raleigh wins, the story shifts. He would be the first modern-era catcher to completely redefine what it means to play the position, paving the way for others to strive for more than just defensive consistency. Visually, this race is cinematic. Imagine quick cuts between Judge blasting home runs in a packed Yankee Stadium and Raleigh framing a pinpoint pitch in Seattle. Split-screen graphics comparing OPS, home runs, WAR, and OBP. Slow-motion shots of Raleigh pulling off his mask to command the mound, intercut with Judge tightening his gloves before facing a decisive pitch. This is the perfect narrative to captivate the audience and show that we are witnessing something historic. In the end, the choice goes far beyond numbers. It's a decision about what we value most in baseball: the sheer offensive dominance of a legendary slugger or the rarity of a catcher who can impact every aspect of the game at an elite level. There's no easy answer. What we do have is an unforgettable season that will echo in the sport for years to come. So, who is the true American League MVP of 2025? Aaron Judge, the captain who never fails, or Cal Raleigh, the catcher who broke barriers? This is one of those races that makes baseball more than just numbers. It makes it living history, written right before our eyes. News 2. MLB's behind-the-scenes negotiations never fail to surprise, and even a month and a half after the trade deadline, the New York Yankees and the Tampa Bay Rays have finalized the last details of the deal involving Jose Caballero. The transaction, which had already sent outfielder Everson Pereira to Tampa Bay at the time, was incomplete. The player to be named later was still missing. Now, the Yankees have revealed his identity: prospect Marshall Toole. Toole arrives with an intriguing profile. Out of Wofford College, he showed impressive consistency in the NCAA, slashing .333 / .443 / .492 with 13 home runs, 109 RBIs, and 82 stolen bases in 162 games. Drafted in the 15th round in 2024, he signed for $150,000, and quickly drew attention in the minors. In Low A Tampa, he posted a .255 / .449 / .353 line in his first sample, with 8 stolen bases in just 17 games. The real breakthrough came in 2025. Spent an entire season in Low A, he hit .305 / .406 / .479 with 5 home runs, 48 RBIs, and an impressive 44 stolen bases in 96 games. An athletic, speedy player with good contact skills and a clear knack for being a disruptive lineup catalyst who puts pressure on any defense. Still, he does not rank among the Rays' top 30 prospects on MLB Pipeline and will not be Rule 5 eligible until despite still playing at a high level. This gives Tampa time to develop Toole patiently, without the rush of forcing him up too soon. Meanwhile, Jose Caballero has already shown immediate value in New York. With Anthony Volpe battling a partial labrum tear in his shoulder, Caballero stepped in as a starting shortstop and delivered solid results. In 34 games, he slashed .258 / .351 / .470 with 3 home runs, 8 RBIs, and 14 stolen bases in 16 attempts. A quick, aggressive player on the bases, and a reliable defender. He has 3 defensive runs saved and 4 out above average in 324 innings between the Rays and Yankees. At 29, still under team control through 2029, Caballero may not be a star, but he's exactly the kind of athlete who brings stability, energy, and depth to a roster. Everson Pereira, meanwhile, is still trying to find his place in Tampa. After being promoted from AAA Durham in August, he managed only a .143/.234/.214 line in 20 games, with 1 home run and 4 RBIs. The talent is evident, but the adjustment remains a challenge, and time will tell if the Rays can unlock his potential. In the end, the trade showcases 2 very different strategies. For the Yankees, it was urgent to have someone cover Volpe's absence and bring consistency to the infield, and Caballero filled that role immediately. For the Rays, it's a medium and long-term move. They're betting on Pereira, a young outfielder who needs to develop and tool, an athletic prospect who could become a spark plug in the lineup in a few years. It's a classic case of balancing present and future. The Yankees solve an immediate problem and keep Caballero under control for 4 more seasons, while the Rays added 2 players who, if they develop their potential, could end up producing far more value than Caballero would in the short term. So, Yankees Nation, what did you think of these 2 stories? On one hand, a historic race for the league's most coveted award, and on the other, a trade that could shape both the present and future of the team. I want to hear your opinion. Who deserves to win the MVP? And what do you think of this behind-the-scenes deal? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And of course, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any exclusive Yankees breakdowns. See you in the next update.